Aye, master.
You're back before the cargo container.
C'est unpromising.
Hold on, Wandering Man.
Right to...
Looking for some...
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes in the... You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great... It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings. Almost walled. This is either an ominous, my money is on cool. Looks like a cubic pyrite. There is no loophole. The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access. Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like... Well, you could trick Everard. Get some random people to sign the document. By the time the union boss finds out, your business here will be already concluded.
We're still waiting for a replacement for the bull.
I have really held the...
Yes, that's what you need, Gaspar.
René. Hello, officer. How might I be of... Oh, sweet Jenny. She was the finest...
Do not defile her memory, Gaspar.
His tone lacks its usual intensity.
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire life. She was René's first girl, back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided...
And then you stole her from me.
Oh, officer. It already got ugly.
You stole her from me.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we
were just boys then. There's no point starting this all over again. For the 1,000...
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. René and I were both by her bedside.
Died. No use sugarcoating it. Won't...
Departed. Until the very hand she couldn't decide between us. She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast? She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married. Heck, technically, we both did.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy.
He suddenly remembers you.
Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left. Let me think. No, I'm sorry. And I really would.
Then help him, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the gauche caviar in the Union.
He means
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything.
Respect!
I'm not.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of you.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you pick? Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it...
The old soldier mumbles something. There he stands.
What a prick. The officer was
Where were we? What a joyous way.
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings. Oh, yes. Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. I hate the socialist rabble. But even siding with them is better than living your entire life on...
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs... Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just as...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
That's just the way things work around here. No, I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is... Officer, I have a vivid imagination. And like I said,
He just
Of course. Don't sink into anything. Don't...
I prefer highly adaptable myself.
Mon Dieu.
Thank you, officer, for being a consummate... I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food.
The only one you have.
Believe me, officer, I wish I could help you, but I need this sandwich to keep my blood sugar stable. In my age, you need to pay attention to these things. Fuck off! It's mine! Sorry, officer. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
When the dissidents come to rape our country, he hides. But try to get a bite of his dear sandwich and he gets claws? You're a special kind of...
an old call box.
I've got nothing.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You gonna go and...
Yeah, I heard him. Now fuck do you. Let me state this very clearly, capo.
Explosive laughter follows. To his men, Titus Hardy is a golden god. But having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct. That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what...
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. Boo fucking who. People...
Yeah, that's what the labor movement is all about.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here. My answer is... fuck off.
And here we go.
I know! Fatty walked on all fours.
Go fuck your mom.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all fours. Anything else you need to know?
It's you again. What is it?
As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, you believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also...
Huh? You got a problem with beer?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
Speak for yourself, buddy. We've been giving a shit for 10.
They don't know, man. They weren't here. We had 3 shootings a week, kids dead, fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
So what? What do you...
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick.
Titus?
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him.
You want to talk to her, cop? Fine. If you don't, if you question her, harass her, Crosshair, I'm on you. She's staying here, the whirling in rags, a real pretty one.
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop.
Yeah, blonde, tall, 2 rooms over from yours. Sure, why not? You've probably seen her around.
You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like...
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Calm. Normal.
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped...
Something is off here.
Was like that karaoke incident. All
Okay, enough.
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it... All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know.
Here you go, boss.
I know her. Well enough, Copper. We party. She's been here for a few months. You mean Revachol? Nah. Our Miss Aranier.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all.
Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them both a look. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how.
What do you think I meant? Yeah, pretty much. No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details of...
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're gonna get for now. He's doing a good job here. A commendable...
You don't know her. Good boy. You don't know her. Not the way I do. Remember what I said. Freight train. Again? Yeah.
Advanced race theory. Everything is calm in the eye of the race storm. Your mind is lucid and bright. The mind-bending phylogenetics appear more distant and, to be fair, a little ridiculous.
I've got nothing.
Can I help you?
The door is closed.
Who is it?
Tired. Somewhere, not far from here, the lieutenant is preparing her file. Clausia Amandu, he writes. You realize the detective... You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench, your feet... You finally stop. The twiddling barely keeps your hand. This door is made. No one answers. Looks like he isn't home. You should come back tomorrow evening. Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see. Because this is no ordinary wall. It is sublime. All the other walls on all the other houses must... Oh, wall father. Absolutely. Cindy the Skull has a paintbrush and paint. Yes, great thinking.
Hello again, officers.
What for?
What do you think I'm trying to paint here? A mural for a better tomorrow? Well, if it's for art. But what kind of art are we talking about? Sounds like you're just about to live out your self-pity, not make a statement. I can't have shit art on my conscience. There, Piggy. I guess art just isn't really you. 'Cause you suck in life and in everything.
promising. And look, babe. The petulant rock and roll rebel thinks the racial synthesis exists.
I knew he wouldn't get it, John. He's like...
You could have used this opportunity to overcome your narrow Al Ghul, Raven. Take solace from the fact that these thoughts will never entirely leave your brain.
Damn, John. How are you?
Was there an out of this for you with success? Or was the rhetoric game rigged? A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in.
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming. You're not cooperating. It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep you feel...
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your... Every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, what?
Now, you're finally thinking about something other than yourself. Let's see how far that'll...
There's no dignity here. Only reflections of your... You're just stuck here. In the half-world. Could try... Sure you do.
At least they're interesting. Each one has a process.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness?
Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can.
Yes?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out.
This is Precinct 57. Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, sir. Sorry, but 10-4. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a sec. Sylvie, yes. Hello? Oh, great.
You hit...
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Sure, officer. What's the... Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up some...
The International Collaboration Police, IC.
No. And I... 50...
In the cabin. The door is
Who is it?
tired.
This is the police.
Come on up. The door is open.
This medicine cabinet is full. It's been used. This toothbrush belongs to someone who doesn't give a damn. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet of
anything of note.
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol. Nacra. This is used to treat.
Interesting.
This medicine cabinet, among some foreign, probably Messina, a bright orange bottle with peptide stamped on it. In sunny, and your chest swells with pride. Look, it's made right here in Revachol by San Baptiste. It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it
Peptide. A euphemism.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy. The lieutenant looks toward the door as if he didn't. Who cares, man? Who cares what the stiff thinks? This window is pristine on the inside, smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain following your lead. The lieutenant leans.
Looks like it, yes.
You know which window has not been recently replaced? Yes, that one. Cold wind is... Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the...
Welcome to the roof.
Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic...
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. Oh yes, legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has... They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct...
This does not...
Have I ever? Have you grown accustomed to your role as a police officer? Like riding a copper-cycle.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people...
Oh, I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult.
Clausier Amandu. Vredefort, Republic of Oranje. A bad memory, officer. Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there.
The conference centers are filled with people who get angry at you.
Sooner or later, everyone... I'm 28. Something stupid. Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied. Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are...
If that's true, then Revacholian lit.
Nothing. I do nothing with it. Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit. Many things. A roller skating instructor.
It's the world's most tired. Of course she won a beauty pageant. She's very symmetrical.
I'm afraid you...
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast. Along with...
Thank you for your candor.
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name.
She seems to be telling the truth, sire.
Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street. And I don't want my...
There are plenty of other reasons for hiding your documents from the law.
It's also why
Why, yes.
I'm an unpopular girl. There are people back home, the kind of hurry where you can't afford. I would love to change the subject. It's not important. Unless I'm some kind of Phew.
Playfully. She doesn't seem to be overly distressed. Or distressed at all, really.
Okie dokie. The record. Yeah, it's pretty deluxe. I'm wintering.
How long have you been?
About 4 months. I came in November. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol. I always wanted to see the only city in the world.
This is by far not the only reason she's here. And she isn't really...
Yeah, I've contaminated it pretty. The contamination spreads from room to room. First, I escaped upstairs. The SAD got that too. For me, it's a mix of me with a lack of cleaning. Talk around the establishment is, you have an industrial SAD spill in there. Cool. I think I'm developing a pinch of that too. It hasn't done wonders to my taste. Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort in.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her.
With money, sir. It's not exactly the...
The anti-star is, or was, a Vespertine rock and roll star.
Comes in handy when you've done...
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Better safe than sorry. Oh, yes. One of my favorites. Like, not being able to stay up for 36 hours. Not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a merit speed molecule, basically. Huh? Motherfucker took my Preptide? Looks like you...
This does not amount to actual corruption. I can easily log it and...
Robbed by common...
It's hard to tell if she means it in earnest or...
It is.
The lieutenant makes a note. He finds the answer unsatisfying.
Okay. Yes. You're just one room away.
Good. Yes. This means she could have heard something. Like what you were doing before you blacked out.
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions. Like...
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
Yeah? Alright. Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean? By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for rape.
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I can't say that stuff. Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get...
By they...
Are you saying that you were asked to tell...
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault, pretty much.
Warning them. She must be very cold and exhausted of this life.
I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
Do you?
Maybe you don't. In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here. Let me make this 100% clear then, officer. I was not sexually assaulted. We partied. A lot of partying.
From Titus? About her and Titus's relationship. That's where you heard it.
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that. Oh, it is. You're still...
What did you do
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more. A little. The drugs were good enough.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs. At the bar. He was on some sort of assignment. A military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that. Oh, yes. I've had a great view.
A bitter cringe.
You called us.
Yes.
Jackpot.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Revachol, miss.
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him.
Tearing off his armor. Demeaning him.
The voice was disguised.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little with nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz.
So, she's God's mystery foam cutter.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to.
Jigsaw falling into place. This is satisfying. Good.
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too.
Thank you for making the call, miss.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing.
I know it's difficult, miss.
She meant she sees him in her dream.
You have? Not like I do, I imagine.
She fishes a cigarette out of her pack and lights.
I can see the similarity, yes.
Funny.
Funny how?
Nothing. I also saw him. We had a long inspection and that sort of thing.
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here.
And his role in...
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
They're frequent guests downstairs. They have a booth for Union members. They're probably down there now. Over drinks. It's a little.
Like you partied with...
No, not as...
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have...
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Not my favorite topic. How about we, why not? Hello, officer? Hello, officer?
Soft, light brown eyes look back at you, directly into the space behind your eye socket. I have bad news for you. You know these guys? Who? Me? Yes, you. You too. Me? What did I do? These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info. I'm sorry I didn't catch it sooner. It takes conscious effort on your... There's no way of knowing. All of bullshit, man. Especially... No fucking way, man. Really? Quick. Tell Glory. Truth. I take it back. He's got it pretty bad. She likes you. The crown head is a boring condom. How it always does. Through subtle... There's nothing you can do about it. You are out... No. It's better to know you're being played than to be... I think it's safe to assume, yes, Mr. Thespian here hasn't been speaking up. If she is a lady, most... In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, she probably had to... That is correct. A little. They're all still of limited use, interpreting things to the best of their ability. But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. Just not with Miss Orange Disco Dancer here. You can't draw a sound conclusion. She may want to control the information rollout, not to become a suspect. She may have a past. See? Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this. For a second, her face disappears from your cornea. Only still smiling, a tired smile.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so... Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. What do you mean by that? She seemed forthcoming to me. Unusually so. Being forthcoming with some things is a good way to obscure other things, but I wouldn't call myself compromised. I am not easily swayed by young women, but on the other hand, the best...
The lieutenant seems oddly sure he is not compromised.
Anyway, we should move. I suspect our
The same small, heavy door. No lock. It's barred from the inside.
I don't know. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your I don't know. The further we get, the more...
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans on a dull thump. Somewhere in...
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
The woman in an RCM patrol.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM. Below lieutenant.
Yes, I am. I know.
Here's the real...
It's hard to tell whether he's sarcastic or sincere. But if you had to guess, you...
I'm definitely not the cavalry. I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? No, you haven't wronged me. So
something changes in her. It's...
Okay, fine.
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
What precinct?
Am I from? God.
Fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're...
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Judith. Me? No. I'm just a man with sunglasses. I like wearing sunglasses inside. Sunglasses and...
Okay.
I'm just looking out for...
You?
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
Yes. A policewoman who just wants to do her job. That's all.
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor. Wow. You seem stable. And in control. Now what do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. He might be wearing a disguise.
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response.
I'm not getting...
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like? No, not like her.
He didn't answer your question.
Watch out for yourself. Again? I can't believe...
You know what it is. It's like the two of you know...
Oh, I definitely...
Another life.
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the... To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality? Okay, that's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now, somewhere good. Okay. Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? No, because in this thought experiment, we're all police officers. In a police station, we don't do crimes.
Come on, stop it.
Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me...
This isn't helping.
You're not going to believe this, but... Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and... It's just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and... Oh, it's you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, not even a little...
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth.
He's trying to protect you from further rough... Okay, yes, you get the...
Neither can I, Bart.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of...
No.
No, he doesn't.
If I wasn't clinically depressed, I'd burst out laughing. But I'm gonna go with no right now. Actually, I don't want to...
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things.
Hear that? He suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start...
So, do you know who hanged him? Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. Why?
It's like you felt it would be intellectually stimulating. And who knows why we do the things we do.
Oh my god, there's more. Okay, why not? So, I don't know. Oh my god.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never. Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his... There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it's... Yes.
Again? I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. God fucking
None of this is great. Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent. Something of that kind.
Oh, hello, dear.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for...
The man pondered. You see...
I've got nothing.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling. Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? No. 50...
In the cabin.
I saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. Nah, man. I was telling you the truth. I really didn't think...
What else do you know about...
Nothing. We just talked a bit. About life and stuff. She left me a key so I can park a lawyer if the jam broke. So, she in trouble or what? It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her? Yeah, maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can. Oh, you know, Tommy Laham's gonna be a musician. Sprechgesang.
The correct grammar is Tommy Lahom.
Tommy Lahm was taken. My real name's Jerry Lafitte.
It's more him. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam.
In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing. It's hard to say. His gaze wants. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning above the Jamrock Quarter in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never end to the old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revachol. The road disappears. It is but a mirage.
Excuse me? Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, the aura of the 7 seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much. What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy.
Is that what it is? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued.
You lost your gun. Oh man. But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone. Still here, stuck in this damn jam.
Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It's...
Whoa. What else? Silent communion. That's good. Dang, that's some great shit.
Did you?
Fucking A. Seems I got you all wrong. Cops aren't much known for their artistic. It's good to meet a fellow poet. Someone with an appreciation for real text. The others here, so you don't really get it. I get you. When they really click, it makes the world seem manageable.
You found some common ground with this man. Why does art inspire you so much? Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creative. In short, art is the highest form of human communication. Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes. Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop. Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also go ahead and provide savage criticism.
Lohmann.
The woman before.
Back.
All around you, rain keeps falling down. On the wooden boards she's standing on, and on.
Very rugged. Good choice. Now, I suspect you... That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the fourth day to the back.
She wants to.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality. These are unimportant times, Detective. For the big time.
The smile of a predator.
All men are predators, dear. Nothing much to be done. The revolution. It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next. Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution.
She's not gloated.
Oh, and the anarchists, too. They shot them well. Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, yes. The Red Deluge. Lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad. Yes, King Guillaume had a nose for bad PR. He ran before it. Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. The liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything. Liberals are usually middle-class people, Detective. Or the remaining gentry. Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. They didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing.
We. She's one of them.
To foreign intervention. The coalition. The liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Siola.
There is bitterness in her voice.
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way, at least not in the same manner and volume as the others do.
The rulers of Revachol.
This is their zone of control. They embolden.
The color of moralism is blue. The official motto of Moral Intern, or Moralist International, is a blue forget-me-not, a piece of grey sky.
Of course. Not easy to be moderate about head shooting.
Rooty tooty.
That's the way of history. The turn of the century revolution. The revolution began in 02 on the Isla of Grad. It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat. It made people overthrow their governments. Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize its by. You and I, officer.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she had...
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. A city-state divided into free market zones under the...
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-easlary communication.
51 minus 8.
Time flies. The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, the 30s... Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's... No. It was a market mirage fueled by cocaine and quantitative... Welcome to reality, baby.
From the looks of it, the 50s haven't been much better for the zone of control. You can see it in her eyes. Days slipping away.
I've no right to be dissatisfied. This shirt is Barbara Muscova. This raincoat is... We could have had so much more. Good question.
No, her first. A cold creeps up your spine.
So a quarter of humanity simply lost their minds. And how would you stop a prion, a complex folding protein, unlife, with the technology 50 years ago?
The The wind stops, and for a moment, a dog barks. A gunshot
Always. Always. That's the can't-do attitude that truly defines late modernity.
Opinions expressed here.
And what is your official...
My position, ma'am? My parents got ripped to shreds in the revolution. I would have gone the same way.
Understandable. They are what they are. Anyway, enough
Not so fast. Who is she in all this? Ask her. She won't maneuver her way out of this one.
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor. I am an ultra.
It's sharp.
An ultra-liberal. It's a type of liberal. From the revolution. It's, not the moderate kind. Yes. I am the nether creature of the forbidden swamp. I pushed the king on. I can see you thought we'd gone extinct. After all, no sane person identifies as an ultra-liberal anymore.
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Decades of guilt and pride.
I do hope so. I hope we're able to remain collegial despite... When the dust settled, the liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. With due respect to our overlords, the eternal Ket.
While a gentle wind sweeps the streets in the rebuilt east, light drizzle washing it clean, lights go...
I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the coalition. Not here in Martinez, and not in the Stella Maris or Delta Beachheads either. Then for my daughters, we had an obligation to defend our sovereignty.
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes. And
perhaps...
You're no dummy yourself.
A smart boy getting smarter. Yes. I suppose I...
Seditious talk, man.
Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother. And a wife. It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B.
She conveys it in short, cold burn, in case he goes down later, souring the entire portfolio.
Well, it's either bariatric surgery or long-term alcohol use.
She nods slowly.
A bird? A Svenicid? Some sort of krill hunter? No way. Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at... Ah! This is the pier of Rue or 2. A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings. But this one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise. Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once splat, splat.
You could be wrong, but from here...
Wonderful. The girl in the old lady rags. Looks like a sullen and rebellious Yes, you and I belong to the supraculture. We're common. She prefers a fantasy world. An infraculture with its own dress code and I can't. That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green and wear their grandma's coat. All right. What next?
Suddenly, you're not so sure you're part of the...
And what would that be? I can see that, yes. I dabble in those dark arts. Nothing infra about those days are long behind me. And even in the early 30s, I was the new, a cultural era. And the name of the decade it ravished, the 30s. It involved lots of partying, as you might imagine, and champagne-colored everything. By the looks of it, that would have been when you came of it. Of course, you're much more grounded. Glad to have been You're back. Good. What can I help you with? That's the man who was killed. Better not touch...
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
You're back. Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. It doesn't really matter. And I do apologize for this.
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout most likely.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask...
She's trying to conceal her excitement. The lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation to...
The words bloodbath sound cold in her.
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small...
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RC.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be. I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. They were dispatched after I...
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric. Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle...
Who are they?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also...
So, what...
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman. He was taken out behind the whirling... Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able... It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent...
What is the nature of these?
Whether to execute one, some, or all.
It will be all of them. The decision is already made.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect. If you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast...
They would have to.
The Debardeurs have over 2,000 men.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant?
The Seraï's giant hornet, the world's second largest insect, can kill 40...
These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
As I said, a bloodbath.
It appears you found it, yes. And I'm not happy for you.
Too many things have already gone wrong. All we can do is keep that which is not from following suit. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil... Not much. Their public resume is relatively...
Down a deep...
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, and...
Meaning they're used to operating in wars.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors. Supramundi, Yesut, the Semini... I wouldn't go as far...
It's the expression she objects to?
Yes.
She picked a strange hill to die on. Strike. She's silent.
What is the purpose of this, detective?
Paramilitary death squad is a bit rich. But yes, were it up to me, I would have at least vetted them more thoroughly. Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better...
Do you know a lot about the inner working?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I have. And they will. However, the...
She's being truthful. She is pressing.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some... the remaining contractors. That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman.
This does not come as news to us, but still. To your...
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gate. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Good. Then you've made progress. It's... If you mean did I see him alive...
You don't know how you know. It's not written on her face, nor...
Liked is a bit strong. He was a most charismatic... Lely, his service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge... He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had...
Indeed. This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body.
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly... They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it...
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate.
Somehow, I doubt that lecturing them on the legitimate use of force will persuade them to stand down. You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbour gates. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
That may be so. I still...
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe,
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are...
Your concern may be appearances. Ours
would afford a good vantage point.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel. I hope I can answer it better. Until the executions start. Truthfully, I don't know.
They don't report their progress to you.
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a
5 days, not...
It's a matter of days, not weeks. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. Of course. Excuse my hesitation.
For about half a minute.
It was taken with a frigate not long ago. This is the man's upper body.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her. She has no excess of emotions for this cadaver.
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways. A sailor's The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad.
Where is he now?
The times have changed. Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal. Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder.
The old world pub.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments. His platoon members? The other contractors, though I do not.
It could go this or the other way. Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary. Challenge accepted. I say we do it.
Do what you have to do, Detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public.
We will be careful, ma'am.
Is there anything else I can help you?
Tremble. The time is now. Time for the show. For ta ulogu theodos. Xeno Monday morning. The moment you arrived in this reality. Yes, you spoke the words of the palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even word. Okay, yes. As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you so cool. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography. What are you? Deaf? They're perfect, like rockstar politician and drug addict. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Bayi, badass on that. With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it.